So we're back in Devon. It's April now. We were here back a year and a half ago in September when we cut these meadow areas and sowed the seed. We sowed a mixture of annual and perennial flowers, our tapestry mixture, 29 species. Many of the mixtures can be sown in the autumn, and it's worth pointing out that all of our mixtures can also be sown in the spring. We had a wonderful succession of flowers, as expected, annual flowers, through the first year, and in particular a very dramatic display in June and July. And then that gradually subsided. The meadow was cut on two occasions. We cut in September, which was quite a high cut, about 15 centimetres cut. The clippings were left down for 10 days or so to drop their seeds, and then all of the arisings were removed. And then this final cut was done early winter. So what we're looking at now is refreshing the meadow. We have the second phase of growth coming into its second year of perennial growth. But what we also want to do is to avoid the meadow being overrun with grasses and less desirable vegetation. And we also want to top up the annual content so that we get the same drama in the meadow. There are three tools that I'll just run through briefly that are quite useful in this general preparation. The first is a favourite of mine, a Wolf tool. It's a Wolf scarifying tool, they call it a verticutter. And this is ideal for ripping out any unwanted grasses, thatch debris. It loosens the topsoil. The second tool, which is really doing a very similar job, this is one of my favourites, the spork. And it's a very good general purpose tool for getting underneath grasses and actually for loosening the topsoil with these lovely sharp tines at the end. And then we have this harpoon, really, which is an ideal way of removing little clumps of tussocky grass from the meadow. So in these situations where you have a very prominent garden setting, you want to keep this abundance of flowering. And we're using a mixture here, we call it Carnival. It's all annual species, slender dwarf species, growing no taller than around 50 centimetres on average. Just to recap on sowing, we're going to empty the contents of this bag. This is one of our large bags. It will cover up to 30 square metres of ground. We want to empty that into the bowl and give it a really thorough mix-up. This really needs to be done quite a few times to make sure that you don't get any of the small seeds settling. We're going to sow it at the same rate as we would a completely clear border. And we suggest that 7 grams a square metre. The ground preparation at this stage is pretty minimal. We've just loosened up the soil and cleared away some of the grasses and unwanted weeds and vegetation. And now we've sown our annual mixture. The last thing that we need is watering. We're lucky today not to have already had some rain, so rain is on its way. And that will just water the seeds into the ground.